Filling up and going. Millions traveling this weekend for Memorial Day, with the price for gas for travelers expected to be lower than last year. We'll have the details.
And we're waking up to another chilly morning, but warmer temperatures are on the way. I'll break down how warm we'll get today and this weekend and how warm we may get next week.
Plus, workers uniting. What Starbucks employees in Madison are saying less than a week until a decision to unionize is expected to be made. It's Saturday, May 27th. You're watching Weekend Mornings. On this day in 1937, Madison's first post office was opened. I'm Cop Zorski, joined by Greg Barnhart. It's going to be a beautiful day outside, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole weekend, really. I mean, it's very rare we get 3 days, especially Memorial Day weekend, to be dry and actually not that hot or cold. So right now, we're starting off in the 50s right now. Most areas 50s, 55 in La Crosse, to the 56 in Madison. We did start off fairly cold this morning, actually. Another chilly day. We had 30s up to the north and 40, we had a dry atmosphere and fairly light winds. This is probably the last time we'll see these type of temperatures cold-wise. Right now, we're starting to pick up a little bit more wind out of the southeast, about 5 to 10 miles per hour, otherwise calm. That won't be a big deal to today. We'll just have plenty of sunshine at La Crosse, getting up to the upper 70s with that light south wind. For Madison, very similar conditions. We'll see some more high clouds move in this afternoon, still getting up into the mid to upper 70s for most locations with that light southeast wind also. Big picture shows as we zoom in, we're kind of in between the activity to the west where all the showers and thunderstorms are going, and a system to the southeast, as you see, beginning to pull up into the Midwest. That'll provide some cloud cover to us, but it's not going to provide any type of precipitation. So I'll break down exactly when we might see precipitation next week, as well as, yes, we'll probably see some 90s coming next week also.
I love to hear 90s in the forecast, Greg. We'll check back in just a bit. Thank you so much. Now to new this morning, 2 young girls from Evansville are missing at this time, believed to be heading to Milwaukee. Florencia Henthorn, age 13, and Callie Gant, also 13, were both dropped off at school yesterday and have not been seen since. Florencia, who also goes by Flo, reportedly told her older sister that she was heading to Milwaukee with her friend Callie and was changing her appearance. It is unknown how or what she is planning to do to her appearance. It is also unknown who Florencia could be meeting up or staying with. If you see or know anything about the 2 girls, you're asked to contact the Evansville Police Department at the number seen on your screen. It's Memorial Day weekend, and as millions of Americans head out for the holiday, those hitting the road can expect to pay a bit less for gas. According to AAA, prices at the pump are down more than $1 a gallon from a year ago. Meanwhile, heading overseas is more expensive than a year ago, but according to the travel site Hopper, domestic tickets are down about 19%. Also, hotel rooms are pricier, up 11% from last year.
You can find better deals, especially if you book at the last minute in major cities and stay off the beaten track outside of the main downtown areas.
They also say another way to save, put off flying until the fall, when airfares are about 30% cheaper. As the nation commemorates Memorial Day this weekend, flags have been ordered to fly at half staff across Wisconsin today in honor of a Navy seaman who was killed during the attack on Pearl Harbor. David Joseph Riley of Judah was one of more than 50 Wisconsinites who died in the 1941 attack. He was serving as a Navy seaman second class on the USS Oklahoma. Riley was posthumously awarded a Purple Heart, the American Campaign Medal, and the Asia Pacific Campaign Medal after his remains were identified in 2021. Today, he will be buried with full military honors in Judah. A plan for hundreds of millions of dollars of to help support child care costs was introduced this week at the state capitol. It came as part of a plan to attract and retain workers in Wisconsin as lawmakers continue to debate the state budget. Republicans, though, were not on board with that plan.
But I cannot imagine why it would be a good idea to throw $340 million at an agency who up until the last maybe year, I think it's more like months, has done nothing on this.
It is critical for the state of Wisconsin that we meet the moment and invest in childcare.
Democrats wanted the funds to be introduced through the state's Economic Development Agency. They have now promised to reintroduce this for later. A newly released complaint accuses Madison School District spokesperson Tim Lamont of bullying, name-calling, and retaliation. The complaint includes a timeline of dozens of incidents where Lamons is accused of bullying fellow co-workers to a point that several cited him as the reason for leaving the district. Records also outline allegations of him bullying the Madison Police Department's public information officer and calling a journalist in the community a pig of a journalist. Lamons has denied the allegations. For more details, you can look for this story on channel3000.com. A growing number of Wisconsin institutions are facing pressure to return Native American remains and other culturally significant items to tribes. Inside the Oshkosh Public Museum are dozens of artifacts from members of our First Nations, including human remains. The Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act requires federally funded institutions such as universities and museums to return remains and cultural items.
Our goal is to be successful with the tribes so that their important cultural heritage can go home to the community where they belong.
The Oshkosh Museum has held 58 human remains and 197 associated funerary objects since 1924. As of today, 6 of those human remains and 62 of those associated funerary objects have been returned. The museum's most recent repatriation process was completed in 2020. Next Thursday, workers at the Starbucks on State Street in Madison will vote on whether to unionize. But now, less than a week away from the election, they say Starbucks is trying to convince them not to. Braden Ross shares why.
I think it was a long time coming.
State Street Starbucks shift manager Matthew Cartwright says this decision was an easy one.
I mean, it was pretty quick for us. I mean, we got all of our union cards signed in a week. That typically takes a month.
On April 18th, he and his coworkers filed a petition to unionize their store. Now they're looking forward to next Thursday when they'll vote to make it official. But Cartwright says Starbucks won't let that happen easily.
When a public statement had been made about possibly unionizing, that my job was directly threatened.
He says once the petition was official, things at work started to change.
And pretty soon after, we started seeing an increased presence of upper management, kind of stopping in more, would literally just appear in the store sometimes to say hello.
Starbucks says they regularly send representatives to stores ahead of union votes to talk employees through the process.
In reality, what this looked like was this person from HR pulling someone aside, against their will in some cases, pulling them into our upper cafe, literally into a corner, in which to basically tell them that they are wrong for unionizing.
Cartwright says his coworkers left the conversations feeling intimidated.
They would say, I know you really rely on this medical care benefit, or I know you really rely on your college benefit. Wouldn't it be a shame if that just went away? Wouldn't that be awful for you?
But he says their resolve is still strong.
When your goal is simply to be respected, to be treated right, and to have democracy, you can't be bought, and you can't be sold, and you can't be intimidated. I fully expect on June 1st that we are going to have an overwhelming, if not unanimous, victory.
Starbucks responded to the claims in a statement saying, in part, quote, "The allegations made by Workers United are inaccurate and unfounded. We respect the right of all partners to make their own decisions about union representation without fear of reprisal or retaliation." There still is no debt ceiling deal. However, representatives to the White House and House Republicans could announce one soon. A source says negotiations are hoping to announce an agreement today. There is no word on what the final deal could contain, but if a bill is posted today, it could be in front of the House for a floor vote as soon as Tuesday. Some members of Congress are expected to have stiff opposition to the bill, both on the left and right. The U.S. Treasury Secretary says it is likely the Treasury will not have enough funds to pay all the bills by early June if Congress does not act. Elon Musk's company SpaceX kicked off Memorial Day weekend by sending a rocket to outer space. The overnight launch Saturday from Cape Canaveral saw a nearly 5-ton communications satellite sent into orbit for Arabsat, a multinational consortium providing TV and video broadcast services across the Middle East. SpaceX scrubbed a launch attempt early Wednesday due to thick cloud cover. The launch marks SpaceX's 36th flight of the year and the 26th orbital launch attempt so far in 2023 from Florida's Space Coast. With a sunny weekend on tap, don't forget your sunscreen because today is National Sunscreen Day. Dermatologists say when choosing a sunscreen, look for at least SPF 30 or higher and broad spectrum, which blocks UVA and UVB rays. Mineral sunscreens sit on the top of the skin and reflect the harmful rays off it. They contain ingredients like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide.
Chemical sunscreens are equally safe. Chemical sunscreens are sunscreens that have chemical filters that are actually absorbed into your skin. For these to be effective, you do want to apply them about 15 to 20 minutes before going outside.
Dermatologists say the best sunscreen is the one you will use, but creams or lotions are best for the initial application to make sure nothing is missed. Still ahead, declassified details about a 1980s plot to assassinate Queen Elizabeth, what we're learning. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Greg has your full forecast just ahead.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Just how massive is the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress? Well, for starters, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99. And get up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and receive a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends Wednesday. Hurry, call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
There are moments in life, special moments, moments to share, moments to celebrate. Share the love. Celebrate the moment.
Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of a dry stretch through May. In fact, actually, Madison may end up being the second driest we've ever had if we don't get any more precipitation. Right now, we're still sitting at about 8,700. It's about 2.5 inches below normal. Now, we are still okay for about the yearly. We're just a little bit below average for that, so that's kind of helped us. Similar story as you go to La Crosse, maybe not quite as bad, but also they're looking at monthly deficits too for May. We're looking at about 1 inch and about 3/4 below. Once again, they're also running a little bit above average for yearly, so that's keeping us in decent shape and not really getting too much abnormally dry conditions yet, but that could change, especially considering the drought conditions are to the southwest with a normally dry up to Iowa. If we don't get rain in about the next couple of weeks, we might see more abnormal dries. The yellows start to spread across the area just because we are running quite a bit of a deficit now for May. And if that continues in June, we could be in some trouble here. But it is going to stay dry through Tuesday. We're looking at small chances for thunderstorms come Thursday, Friday, maybe Wednesday for western areas of La Crosse. Dry next weekend once again. Temperatures 70s, 80s. Once again, those 90s will probably come in Tuesday through about Thursday, maybe even Friday. We drop a little bit by next weekend back to the low 80s. Average right now should be about mid 70s. For today, Plenty of sunshine out there with a light southeast wind. We'll climb back up to near 70 by noon. By this afternoon, we should be topping off in about the upper 70s for most locations, maybe a few 80s. You will notice a little bit of increase in the cloud cover from the southeast. We're going to see some high clouds begin to approach here this evening for southern Wisconsin. And then overnight, we'll see more of that cloud cover expand across the area. So our temperatures overnight will not drop down. We're looking more to upper 40s, near 50 by tomorrow morning with more high clouds instead of those 40s and 30s. We'll see more of that cloud cover tomorrow morning, but I think then we'll start losing it a little bit in the afternoon. So, but still, we'll get up to about 80 degrees for most locations with a light southeast wind. Once again, pretty nice day as we're looking for. Cloud cover will continue off and on through Sunday night into Memorial Day. We'll start off in the mid to upper 50s, and then Monday, even a few degrees warmer because we're going to see those winds turn around and more sunshine. So we're looking more at mid 80s potentially. All that active weather to the west, it's going to take its time to get here, but eventually we're going to see thunderstorms chances increase as we get towards Wednesday. Thursday, we'll have a little bit of a front kind of slide south. That'll give us an opportunity to Friday, and then we'll dry out. Unfortunately, it's not a really great chance for widespread precipitation. It'll be more hit and miss, so not all the areas will see it. Better shot as you go further west to see some of these showers and thunderstorms once again. So it's going to be a dry pattern, and unfortunately, that doesn't look like it's going to change much through the next 10 days. You'll see there's your 90-degree days. We could see that Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday too, depending on things playing out for Madison, along with the showers and thunderstorm chance. Very small chance there for those 2 days. La Crosse, we're looking at maybe Wednesday could see a thunderstorm, but once again, 90s for most locations. Cooling off slightly towards next weekend, but still above average. So all in all, a great weekend. No rain to be expected really until next, probably Thursday or Friday.
It's a good weekend.
But you know, 3 days of nice temperatures Memorial Day weekend is not too, it's very rare around here.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Craig. We'll check back in just a bit. New documents have been released by the FBI showing that there was a plot to assassinate Queen Elizabeth II back in the 1980s. A cache of 103 pages were posted to the FBI's online records site. The files cover preparations for several trips the late Queen made to the U.S., including an official tour of the West Coast in 1983. One document appears to detail a tip gathered before that visit from San Francisco police regarding a phone call from a man who claimed to be planning an attack after his daughter was killed in Northern Ireland. Drama in the skies overseas as a passenger opens an exit door on a South Korean plane in mid-flight. Authorities say a man sitting next to the emergency door opened it as the plane flew at 700 feet, just minutes before it was set to touch down. The airline Airbus landed safely, and police detained the passenger who admitted to causing the mid-flight scare. His motive is not yet known. The plane carried nearly 200 people, and authorities say a dozen people were taken to the hospital with breathing problems and minor injuries. More local news now. Boating is expected to pick up this weekend, and that means officials are extending hours at the Tenney Lock on Lake Mendota. The lock provides navigation between Lakes Mendota and Monona on the Yahara River chain. It'll be open from 9 to 11 today, then Sunday it's open from 10 to 10, and Monday the lock will be open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Something to keep in mind, lake levels are lower than they normally are this time of year because of dry weather and low amounts of snowmelt this spring.
In terms of on the lake this time of year, we are a little bit lower than we normally are, so just be cautious when you get into areas that are lower. Just careful for your prop and stay in some deeper water if you can.
The remaining two locks, Babcock on Lake Wabeesa and La Follette on Lake Canongza, remain closed because officials don't want lake flow levels to drop any lower. Officials in Blanchardville have issued a boil water advisory. A recent test showed there may be E. coli in the water supply. For now, residents should heat water being used for cooking, drinking, food preparation, and dishwashing to a rolling boil for at least 1 minute. People should also use caution when using water for bathing or hand washing. Village President Nicholas Crooks says results of a sample taken Friday should be available by this afternoon. A new program is rewarding dogs and their humans for being responsible at the Upper Mississippi River National Wildlife and Fish Refuge. The BARK Ranger program kicks off soon. BARK stands for Bag Your Pet Waste, Always Leash Your Pet, Respect Wildlife, and Know Where to Go. By participating, your pup will be sworn in with their paw print to become an official Bark Ranger.
We're gonna do a scoop for poop. So we'll give you a bag and you can go and help us clean up our trails from other pet waste that was left behind. And if you bring it back, we will give you a scoop of ice cream. And we even will have pup cups for your dogs.
The swearing-in event will be taking place on June 3rd at the La Crosse District Visitor Center. Registration is required, and each dog will get a certificate and bandana. I just think that's super cool. Still to come, there are still several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will Loper shares his picks and 3 things to watch when we return. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including hundreds of La-Z-Boy recliners and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
Good checkup? No, great checkup. Nailed it again.
Keep up the good work.
For great checkups, Crest has you covered because Crest Pro Health protects 100% of your mouth for 24 hours.
Look, Mom, no cavities.
Crest.
Hate it when a car freshener hits you with an overwhelming blast of perfume? Febreze car vent clips work differently. Febreze gives you consistent freshness that starts just right and stays just right for 40 days. Upgrade to Febreze car.
Big trucks can be intimidating, and so can their insurance companies. After a serious truck crash, you need a team on your side who knows how to handle trucking cases and who gets results. You need Gruber Law Offices. We know truck law, we know the rules and regulations, and we'll hold the insurance companies accountable. And there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
The good news, US Cellular gives you $1,200 off any phone with no trade-in needed.
Wow.
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
It's just a scratch.
It's broken.
Oh.
US Cellular, built for us.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, including all new Serta mattresses and always free delivery. The Portage Furniture Store's Customer Appreciation Sale going on now.
Yeah, we're looking at a great weekend. Really, it starts off with today with upper 70s, near 80 for most locations. Plenty of sunshine, light winds. We'll have more clouds tonight, so the temperatures won't drop as far as this morning when we were in the 40s. We'll be more in the low 50s as you start off your Sunday. That'll relate to more temperatures getting around 80 degrees with plenty more cloud cover in the morning. I think more sun in the afternoon. Once again, this is all high clouds, so the sun will still be able to shine through. As we'll look at mid 80s for Memorial Day, 90s next week, and then small thunderstorm chances come back in Wednesday night through Friday. Not an all-day rain and definitely not widespread rainfall as we're looking at those temperatures. As you look at your 10-day there, we'll cool off towards the end of next week, but still dry, it looks like, through next weekend too. So overall, a great Memorial Day weekend, and it gets hot next week.
From a series based on a graphic novel to a barbecue competition show, there's clearly no shortage of films and shows to watch right now. Our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
I just
just want to be a regular guy who does regular stuff.
You made a new friend.
Just thought this year was going to be different.
Newly streaming on Disney Plus is the series American-Born Chinese.
I may be able to help. What's going on?
I'm not from this world. I need your help with my quest to stop the uprising.
Based on a 2006 graphic novel, the series follows a 10th grader trying to fit in, who finds himself caught in a battle between mythical Chinese gods, played by Michelle Yeoh, Daniel Wu, and more.
The gate between Earth and heaven is opening.
Okay.
You must stop it or everyone will perish. The fate of your world hangs in the balance.
I don't really see how I fit into this whole thing.
You're my guide.
All 8 episodes of American-Born Chinese are streaming on Disney Plus now.
You say the name, and you understand. It's one of the powerhouses of Hollywood that gave us the cinema.
Newly streaming on Max, a.k.a. what used to be HBO Max, is the series 100 Years of Warner Brothers.
They were dirt poor, but they gambled everything.
We were tough street guys clawing to success.
The series takes a look at the history of the studio, starting in the 1920s when the 4 Warner Brothers founded the company.
Sam Warner really believed this sound technology could revolutionize cinema.
You ain't heard nothing yet.
This was the greatest place in the world.
The first 2 episodes of 100 Years of Warner Brothers is streaming on Max now.
This is Barbecue Showdown. Woo! The most blazing hot barbecue competition there is.
And celebrate the art of grilling over the long weekend with the 2nd season of Barbecue Showdown, newly streaming on Netflix.
I love that sound. Big time challenges. The hottest pep on the planet.
Oh, please do your thing. Please do well.
8 barbecuers compete to push the boundaries of making tasty food over the open flame.
I'm new to this whole barbecue thing, but I'm also coming to win this.
You taste it and you know it, clap your hand.
All 8 episodes of Barbecue Showdown Season 2 are streaming on Netflix now.
We got the fire department on speed dial.
Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for Weekend Mornings.
And coming up next, a look at our top morning headlines. Stick with us.
Action. Get up to 50% off list prices at the huge memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture. Like this recliner, free when you purchase the reclining sofa. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $375? Up to 50% off only at Slumberland Furniture. Do not miss this one.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused, or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
For over 50 years, Purina Cat Chow has been helping cats feel at home with trusted nutrition. No wonder it's the #1 dry cat food in America. Come home to Cat Chow.
At Foster Funeral and Cremation Services, we honor legacies. Let us take care of the arrangement so you can focus on saying goodbye. Veteran-owned and operated. Experience exceptional care and affordable service with Foster Funeral and Cremation Services.
Here we go.
And action!
Now at Slumberland, $4.99 gets you a lot, like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress, plus a 7-piece bedding bundle free. Yep, get a fitted sheet, flat sheet, 2 pillows, 2 pillowcases, and a duvet, all for just $4.99. Hurry, only at Slumberland Furniture.
Cut!
Yes.
The Wisconsin Classic. Many people traveling to Madison this weekend for Bratfest, kicking off the start to summer.
And it's another chilly start to your Saturday, the last Saturday of the month of May. I'll say how much will warm up for this Memorial Day weekend and how much warmer we'll get next week.
And also, debt ceiling negotiations will have the latest on how lawmakers in Washington are working to strike a deal to avoid defaulting on our national debt. It's Saturday, May 27th. You're watching Weekend Mornings. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger turns 100 today. I'm Kyle Pazorski. We're going to send it over to Greg Barnhart in the Weather Center for a look at your Saturday forecast. Greg.
Yeah, it's going to be a really great weekend, but we did start off fairly chilly, but now we've climbed back into the 50s, even 60s for most areas now as we get closer to 9 o'clock, so that's good news. But we did start off fairly cold, even some 30s. Once again, this very dry atmosphere, light winds allow the temperature to get back down there close to freezing for some areas. Probably the last night we'll actually see these temperatures because we got some cloud cover at least moving in today. If you look at the forecast today for the patio furniture, this forecast for Madison area, we're looking at basically temperatures climbing up to the 70s near 80 by this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, light winds, a few more clouds as we go towards this evening or this late afternoon, but overall it should be fine. And then here we go for the pickleball, which is very popular for lacrosse. We're looking at really great conditions too. Upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, a few more clouds as we go this afternoon, but light winds too overall, just 5 to 10 miles per hour for that location. We're kind of between really all towards the unsettled weather that outs to the west, and really it's been a blocking pattern overall for the atmosphere. So we're kind of stuck with the high pressure. We actually got some cloud cover moving up from a system to the southeast. That's the cloud cover we'll get, but all the unsettled weather to the west we're not going to deal with for quite some time as this high pressure kind of holds on. So what I'll explain here later on exactly when we'll see some rain, how those 90s look like for next weekend, and like I said, it's going to be a perfect Memorial Day weekend with 70s and 80s. I'll explain all that a bit later in the broadcast.
Thank you so much, Greg. 2 young girls from Evansville are missing at this time, believed to be heading to Milwaukee. Florencia Henthorn, age 13, and Callie Gant, also 13, were both dropped off at school yesterday and have not been seen since. Florencia, who also goes by Flo, reportedly told her older sister that she was heading to Milwaukee with her friend Callie and was changing her appearance. It is unknown how or what she is planning to do to change that appearance. It is also unknown who Florencia would be meeting up or staying with. If you see or know anything about the 2 girls, you're asked to contact the Evansville Police Department at the number on your screen. The Cooley Region Humane Society is opening its doors for visitation for the first time since 2020, with the public invited to join in on their Pity-Palooza. Next week, the shelter is allowing people to stop in and check out animals during the Pity-Palooza. All pit bull-like dogs will be available at half the normal adoption fee. The Humane Society has 9 pitties ready for adoption right now and will have more by the time the promotion starts.
Some of our pit bulls that we have currently make great family dogs, great with kids, great with other animals. And then, you know, like any other breed, some of the pit bulls that we have right now do need more specialty homes, like to be the only dog in the home or an adult-only home.
The public is welcome to come see the dogs and other animals next week, starting Tuesday, May 30th. Visitors can stop by from 1 p.m. to 4. The Henry Vilas Zoo is introducing a new commissioner with deep ties to Madison. Jasmine Banks will join the 7-member Zoo Commission, which is meant to serve as an oversight body for zoo operations. Banks replaces Jonathan Becker, whose term ended last year. Banks works at Operation Fresh Start and is the founder and CEO of her own natural body care company. The Portage Fire Department says multiple buildings at the Columbia County Recycling Center are a total loss after a recent fire. In an update Friday, fire officials said the fire was considered extinguished about 26 hours after it started on Wednesday. Crews spent much of Thursday overnight overhauling the site with a local excavation company and putting out any fires that remained in piles of refuge and recycling. 2 firefighters sustained minor injuries during the course of the call. A cause of the fire has not been released. A man who helped pull down the Hans Christian Heg statue outside of the Capitol building during protests in 2020 has been sentenced to 6 months in jail. Kelsey Nelson was sentenced for his role in damaging the Heg statue and for looting a nearby jewelry store about a month earlier. Nelson was also ordered to pay $5,000 to the jewelry store and $2,500 to the State Department of Administration for the damage to the Heg statue. Most of the original statue has been restored. However, the head was stolen and had to be replaced. Right now, many people in Madison are celebrating the unofficial start of summer by downing some brats. The world's largest brat fest kicked off Friday morning and runs through tomorrow at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center. The Memorial Day weekend tradition raises money to benefit over 100 local charities.
I don't think my dad ever realized that what he started would become what it is today. You know, it started with a Weber grill, a table and 3 chairs. 41 years later, we'll probably have 125,000 people go through Willow Island.
Since 1983, Bratfest has sold more than 4 million brats to help raise almost $2 million. Lawmakers have left Washington for the holiday weekend with no deal yet to raise the nation's debt ceiling. But the president and the Speaker of the House say things are moving in the right direction. Bradley Blackburn has more on the negotiation.
With regard to the debt limit, things are looking good, very optimistic.
As he left the White House Friday, President Biden said he thought a deal could be imminent.
There's a negotiation going on. Hopeful we'll know by tonight whether we are going to be able to have a deal.
No word yet, but at the Capitol, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy also signaled the two sides are getting closer.
And I'm going to work as hard as we can to try to get this done, get more progress today, and finish the job. I'm a total optimist.
Sources tell CBS News a deal could include raising the debt limit and capping some spending for 2 years. But Social Security, Medicare, Veterans Services, and the military are all off the table. Republicans have also been pushing for work requirements for federal benefits.
The American public wants to see us curb our spending addiction here that the Democrats have put us in.
Sources say one idea under discussion, shifting $10 billion that was intended to ease backlogs at the IRS to pay for things like health care and transportation. The clock is ticking until default, which economists say could drive up interest rates and send stocks crashing. But Friday, the Treasury Secretary issued a revised estimate that the government will now run out of money by June 5th. That gives leaders a little more time to break the gridlock and get a deal done. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
A story of a triumphant post-pandemic return. We'll leave you in suspense for that up next here on Weekend Mornings.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
Save big Memorial Day weekend this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Ground beef or turkey, $2.88 for a 1-pound roll. Whole seedless watermelon, $4.68 each. And Nabisco Ritz or snack crackers, 2 for $5. Only at Hy-Vee.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of Margaret, who never let a cookie jar run empty. Her service was cookie-themed, with everyone enjoying her tasty treats. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
For the plunge you never thought they'd take. For the day you never thought would come. For all the years that have come and gone.
For all those special moments that make life worth living. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin. With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
Save big Memorial Day weekend this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Pepsi 6-packs, $2.75 each when you buy 4. Lay's or Kettle Chips, $1.77 each when you buy 3. And hot dogs, only $1.48. Only at Hy-Vee.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC.
News 3 Now is taking action to find and deliver the news stories that matter where you live.
Taking action to uncover the truth, getting answers, and finding solutions that can make an impact in your life and our community where we all live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
One mission, to end breast cancer. Join us on Saturday, June 10th at 9 a.m. for the Susan G. Komen South Central Wisconsin More Than Pink Walk. Please register today and witness the power you have to change lives.
Yeah, we actually have good sunny skies out there. Really, for the whole entire Midwest, there's not much cloud cover as you look at satellite right now. Most of it's to the Dakotas and much further south. Overall temperatures across the Midwest, 50s and 60s. As we zoom in, most areas now are climbing well into the 50s to near 60 as we expected. There's your activity of the showers and thunderstorms, which have been really kind of stationary out to the west. That won't be a problem for us, at least for probably about another week. But in the meantime, for today, you're looking at upper 70s, plenty of sunshine for La Crosse, light southeast winds throughout the day. Madison, similar story. A few more high clouds probably later this evening. Overall, still upper 70s with that south-southeast wind to be expected. If you look overall, temperatures above average as we go through Sunday through to Memorial Day. We're looking at 10 to 15, even approaching 20 degrees above average. That's going to reflect that we're going to be in the upper 80s to near 90 as we get closer to Wednesday across the entire Midwest and Northeast. Now, whether we get any rain from that eventually, I'll break that down a bit later in the broadcast, along with what we'll see for the following weekend, which is a little bit cooler, but overall still above average.
Thank you, Greg. SSM Health's Cancer Center at Turville Bay will host their Cancer Survivors Ice Cream Social in just over a week's time. In some ways, it's a story of a triumphant post-pandemic return, but in other ways, this is also a story about the best and most resilient among us. It wasn't long after Rita and Jim Shunk got married when they got the devastating diagnosis, breast cancer.
I just went into it thinking most people that get breast cancer survive it.
Rita would need chemo, surgery, and radiation, made all the more difficult for the couple who were living 2 hours apart at the time.
When I got cancer, we actually were having a long-distance marriage.
Rita was living outside of Mount Horeb, Jim in Racine, but that would all need to change. In order to be the supportive husband she needed, Jim decided he needed to take time off from his job.
That day, after we found out that she had cancer, and I said, listen, I says, my wife has cancer. We don't know how bad it is. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but I can't come back there until this is over.
So he did, staying right by Rita's side all throughout her treatment, growing a lasting love.
And you're my best friend. The best thing that ever happened to me.
Also by the couple's side, the staff at SSM Health's Turville Bay Cancer Center. The Shunks say they made all the difference.
The people there were just phenomenal during my radiation treatment. The staff there, I get teary just thinking about it.
Dr. Michelle McKay was one of the oncologists who treated Rita.
Is just the highest compliment we can receive. I think we attract that personality type in cancer care. I think it's actually kind of somewhat of a calling.
In many ways, the treatment goes on for couples like the Shunks. Each year, Turville Bay hosts an ice cream social through which they invite cancer survivors back to reconnect with patients and families they've treated. McKay says it's just a part of who they are as a center.
We purposely schedule this on National Cancer Survivorship Day, and that is to celebrate our cancer survivors and thrivers.
The Shunks come back each year, with Jim often scooping ice cream himself.
It is a super positive, fun time, and yes, there are a lot of emotions with that, but by and large, it feels like festive rather than sadness.
From Jim and Rita's darkest to brightest hours, they're passing on the love and support that kept them going.
And I just really appreciate the fact that they do that.
This year's Cancer Survivors and Thrivers Ice Cream Social will be held on Sunday, June 4th from 1 to 3 p.m. It's the first time since before the pandemic. It will take place at the SSM Health Radiation Oncology Center on Turtle Bay and is free for all area cancer survivors, loved ones, and caregivers. Those who attend will be treated to the various ice cream flavors as well as live music. Still ahead, Andrew Banster has a look at Friday night's news and sports. Plus, you're taking a look outside. Greg has another check of the forecast up next.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Perfect for gifts, home, or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
This is the all-new Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers, or blasting the air conditioning. Because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body. So the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Sometimes you're so busy taking care of everyone else, you don't do enough for yourself or your mouth. But eventually it will remind you. When it does, Aspen Dental is here for you. We offer the custom dental treatments you need all under one roof right nearby. So we can bring more life to your smile and more smile to your life, affordably. New patients without insurance can get a complete exam and x-rays for $29 and 20% off treatment plans. Aspen Dental, anything to make you smile. Schedule your appointment today.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
With Dad's arthritis, he needs extra help around the house. So I called a Grace. Yes, a Grace. With their agent home service, he can stay at
home. That's where I want to spend these months. With hospice care from a Grace, I can stay home with my dog and my grandkids and their laughter.
I had no idea laughter could be a part of my life again after Joe died. But through a Grace, I found hope and healing.
A Grace, caring every step of the way.
Introducing Feli's Flowers' new seasonal planter program. Perfect for gifts, home, or business. Enjoy a custom-made planter delivered to your door 3 times a year. Growing for Madison since 1949. Order now at Feli's Flowers.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we've been on a quiet, really dry stretch, really dating back probably to the beginning of May. But if we look back all the way back to like the 15th of April, this is for Madison. You see they had a cool stretch of weather there. Then we had high temperatures generally above average. The red's above average, below is below. The gray is actually where we should be. So overall, it's been quite warm. And then you look at precipitation. End of April was probably wet, but then we kind of went dry for most month of March. If you take away that 1/2 inch day that we had on May 8th, we really had very little in the way of precipitation for the month of May. And the same story goes for La Crosse too, that cold trend, and then we switched to more of the warm trend. And the precipitation, they had a little bit more towards May overall, but still quite dry for a lot of areas dating back to about the end of April. So we really could use some rain here soon. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it. Drought-wise, still not abnormally dry yet because because our yearly precipitation is still quite close to average, but to the southwest into Iowa, they're starting to see that expansion of that area. So we may have to watch that. We might see more drier things as we go another 2 weeks without precipitation. Otherwise, we're not expecting any precipitation, at least through Tuesday. There's a small chance for showers and thunderstorms. We go Wednesday night through Friday, and then dry returns next weekend. Temp-wise, we're looking really 70s to 80s for this weekend. 90s come back in the picture for Tuesday through Thursday, maybe even Friday, and then we cool down, just cool down back to the 80s. Average temp would still be in the mid-70s, so still above average. But for today, we're just looking at really generally clouds will start coming in late in the day, but temperatures will continue to rise to the 70s, near 80s by this afternoon. As we go through this evening and then overnight, we're going to see the clouds begin to increase a little bit from the southeast. These are just high clouds, but they will help overnight to keep these temperatures falling too much below 50 degrees as we wake up. Upper 40s, near low 50s with a little light southeast wind. But notice the cloud cover, at least in the morning, high clouds will keep it, and then we'll see a little bit more sunshine in the afternoon. Still, even with that, we should climb up into the upper 70s, low 80s for tomorrow afternoon with a light southeast wind. By we get to Sunday night into Monday, we'll see these clouds go away, but we'll also see the winds begin to pick up from the south and turn, which means we'll warm up a little bit more come Memorial Day with some high clouds once again, but more mid-80s for some areas, even approaching even higher to the west, like Rochester, 85 or 86. So getting quite warm there for Memorial Day, but still overall not bad. All the activity out to the west we showed earlier eventually is going to make its way to us piece by piece, but it won't be until probably Wednesday night for a few showers and thunderstorms. And then by Thursday, we kind of got a front that kind of sags south that'll kind of pull some of that up into our area. So we're looking at Thursday, maybe Friday with some showers, but overall it's not going to be a widespread thunderstorm activity, and a lot of areas won't see rain, but that is our best shot, is those 2 days followed by a dry next weekend with slightly cooler temperatures going on. You can see that with the 10-day forecast we see those 90-degree days coming probably Wednesday and Thursday, could even be Friday for Madison. Showers and thunderstorms Thursday, Friday, slight chance there. La Crosse, maybe a thunderstorm earlier Wednesday night. Overall warm, 90-degree temperatures, and once again we'll drop off for next weekend, dry conditions. Like I said, so it's dry and warm. We haven't received a lot of rain, so hopefully we do get some. Eventually this pattern will turn, but in the meantime, enjoy the Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to a Brewer game in Milwaukee later today against the Giants. It's going to be a great day for that.
Well, hopefully do better than last night.
Hopefully. Well, getting to that, Andrew Banstra has your sports look now.
There's something infatuating about an older athlete playing like they're still in their prime. LeBron James continues breaking barriers at 38. We couldn't believe it when Tom Brady won a Super Bowl at 43. But what about Joe Pavelski? At 38 years old, the former Badger continues making history. And on Thursday night, he scored his 73rd career NHL postseason goal, passing Alexander Ovechkin for the most among all active players. He's scored 9 goals in 12 playoff games this year, the most ever by a 38-year-old. And on the brink of elimination, this goal on Thursday night extended his Dallas Stars postseason run. It's one of his 4-game winners this postseason, and Pavelski even admits himself it means more at 38 years old. When Steve Stricker won his 5th senior major title a few weeks ago, the Edgerton native was on top of the world. Only problem, he missed his daughter Izzy's birthday. He made up for it this time around, though, at the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship, inviting the 18-year-old University of Wisconsin golf commit to caddy for him this weekend.
Growing up, I never went really on a ton of trips with them, and so spending quality time like this with golf around us, we do it all the time, but this means a lot more.
Here's Dad out on the links. We pick things up on hole 14. Strick looking for birdie. Easy money for the veteran. That gets him to 7 under, but on hole 15, this is the real story. Check out this masterpiece. Strick shooting for eagle. He has such a nice feel close to the pin, and he drops this one right in. He'd finished the day at 7 under, sitting in 3rd place. To the diamond, where the Brewers were looking to bounce back after being shut out yesterday. They took an early lead, but the Giants' bats were just too big. Mitch Haniger tomahawks a fastball over the center field wall to give San Fran a 2-1 lead in the 2nd. And then in the 3rd, the Giants' lead keeps growing. Brett Wisely lifts a 3-run bomb, and the floodgates were opened. Giants take this one by a final score of 15-1. That's your morning sports fix. Have a fantastic day.
Next, what in the world are water spouts? That and a final check of the forecast after this break.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They pump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
When you sleep more deeply, you wake up more energized. Introducing Purple's new mattresses. Our unique Gel Flex grid draws away heat, helping you fall asleep faster. It relieves pressure for less ow and more ah, and instantly adapts as you move without ever disturbing your partner. Amazing. Sleep better. Live Purple.
Shop Denver Mattress today, the easiest way to find your perfect purple.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle. Not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin.
With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day today, and we can expect much more of the same over the next few days.
Motorcycles are not invisible. But they can seem that way to drivers who aren't paying close attention. Look twice for motorcycles. Seeing them is saving them.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Forward Madison at Union Omaha, Saturday at 7 p.m. only on TW.
Finally this morning, check this out. A water spout was spotted swirling along the coast of southern Florida Friday as the National Weather Service warned of thunderstorms developing in the region. A person recorded this video saying the funnel stayed offshore and disappeared about 15 minutes later. They add no boats were nearby. It's great. That's quite a sight to see. I don't know if I've ever seen something like that.
They occur quite often in Florida, and generally they're difficult for a tornado.
I've never been to Florida, so I don't know.
I know, but you know, if you've seen like land spouts, something like that, they start off from the surface and work their way up.
Never seen those either.
Well, then you're missing something. But we won't see any of that with the weather this weekend. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Here's Memorial Day, Sunday and Monday for Madison. Low 80s, plenty of sunshine. A few clouds out there, but just cirrus clouds, so the sun will be able to poke through that. And La Crosse, similar story. Mid-80s probably to Monday, maybe even warmer than that come Tuesday. As you look at the 10-day forecast for temperatures, there's your 290s, well above average, 20 to 25 degrees above average. Then we kind of slide back down after that. Same story for Madison, too. Showers and thunderstorms maybe Thursday, Friday. That's the best chance, but it's still not a great shot there.
Temperatures feeling like a sauna. Have a great Saturday, folks.